It all kind of started probably when I was really young. Even in elementary school, I remember a likely concussion, never diagnosed or anything, but I don't know, I didn't notice it so much. I mean, because I was so young, remembering back then is a little blurry, but my mother was saying that even that first incident, started having trouble with reading, and I gradually got better with that as I got older. But then I had a few more incidents with concussions. This all is soccer related mostly, playing soccer. And then I had one major head injury I was playing sand soccer tournament when I was at the very end of my 10th grade year. And I guess now they have a term for it called an impact seizure. I went up for a header with another player and hit heads, and I had a seizure on the field and went to the hospital. Basically, they did some tests, nothing was conclusive, and they just told me to go home and relax. And that was that. And then ever since then, I was gradually, it was harder and harder to be able to do schoolwork. I was anxious about everything, like trying new things, even going to a doctor's appointment. It got to the point where I almost felt kind of trapped. Like, I don't know, I really had no real reasons to be so anxious and depressed, but I was, and I got to the point I couldn't even get out of bed to go to school. I don't know, I just felt horrible. So I was trying to figure out, what was going on, and I was seeing different doctors and, psychotherapists and stuff like that. And eventually I went on to medications. I went on, I think it was Lexapro for antidepressant and Adderall to help focus. And so I was taking those medications for a while, and even so, I still was struggling in school. And then eventually I got about halfway through my senior year, and I was to the point I had missed so many days that I was threatened to not be able to graduate, and we worked at the school, and I was able to be homeschooled for the second semester of my senior year, and I did well with that. The medications did help at the time. It seemed like, it seemed to help. We researched hyperbarics, and it was still pretty, I don't know, it wasn't accepted kind of at all. But my mom was really persistent about it, and I finally agreed to go to North Carolina and do 40 treatments. I noticed almost immediate changes about halfway through the treatments. I was able to wean myself off of Adderall, and that's the last time I've ever taken it. Since then, I've gone to community college. I was doing part-time while working full-time I did that for 3 years, and then once I got my associate's degree, I was able to be accepted to Virginia Tech for environmental science, and now I am coming up on my senior year, and I've done pretty well so far. And as far as not only academics, but back when I was having most of my troubles, I was really having a hard time communicating and even getting words out of my mouth. I don't know, I felt like I knew everything I wanted to say in my head, and I have a good vocabulary in my mind, but getting it to spew out of my mouth has been, I've noticed that greatly, and that's definitely improved since then.